Two separate but related studies on public safety will be underway this year and the next. One of those studies was commissioned by City Council as part of the core review.
The city's fire protection services will be under the microscope for at least the next year as two studies are being conducted. The first, an underwriter survey, is already underway.
Fire Underwriter Survey, it's an organization that represents private insurers in Canada. And so the purpose is to provide data to the insurers, and they use that for underwriting purposes.
The last underwriter survey was conducted in the early 80s, and much has changed since then in terms of the city's demographics. The second study was approved by Council earlier this week.
This study will look at where we are at currently and where anticipated growth is expected. And so based on that anticipated growth, where do we need to have fire halls? What does staffing look like? What would be apparatus requirements? Those types of issues.
I think it's time for us to look at, if we're going to look at rebuilding Hall number 1, which is something we've been discussing for a very long time, where's the best place to position that hall? We need to reflect the new growth that's happening around the city, whether that's out west, around Westgate and the Walmart development, or whether that's around the airport with the Airport Light Industrial project lands there.
The age and condition of Fire Hall number 1 downtown was brought up once again. The city's study will look at future development and whether the downtown hall needs to be elsewhere.
I think if we're looking at replacing a 57-year-old building, which is what Fire Hall number 1 is, with a new building, that we need to make sure that we're putting that new fire hall in an area that best serves the citizens of Prince George and factors in the continued development that we're seeing in the city, whether that's the future development of the Airport Light Industrial lands or that's continued expansion out west around Walmart and Westgate.
There were also concerns around council chambers that the study will look at reduced fire services in order to cut costs. But city staff says that couldn't be farther from the truth.
We believe that this is a very important planning tool for council to use so that they can make decisions on the level of fire protection service that they would like to provide in the future and the best and most efficient way to do that.
The underwriter's study is now in draft form, awaiting some final information. The city study will get underway in the new year. Cheryl Jan, CKPG News.